What is up, YouTube? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Can I get a confirmation of that? Anybody? Cool. Thanks, man. All right. So yeah, this is my first time doing a live stream, and want to take some time to talk to some people and just get some Q&A, and also talk a little bit about things with the channel that I'm going to be working on, and also give anybody opportunities to ask questions about some of the past videos and maybe questions about some of the stuff I did. I've got a whole list of topics I kind of want to go into here if we don't have any questions. But, I leave probably the first, 5-10 minutes for everybody to just kind of talk, and we'll bring up some questions and then go into some topics for future videos. Hey, Nolan. Thanks for joining. And thank you, Don. Thanks for being a subscriber. Appreciate it. Has anybody been seeing the new GX 470 or GX 460 photos that have been going around on the internet? Oh, hey, Francis. How about some motorcycle content? Yeah, I keep talking about it in some of the videos, and I end up kind of neglecting the motorcycle. And I think what I need to do is start making at least an introductory video and talk about the motorcycle and what's been done to it so far. Talk about some of the modifications that I've done. And then also I kind of want to get into doing some motorcycle vlogging. So I want to get kind of a GoPro set up on the camera and then have that hooked into my Senna so that I can talk while riding around. I thought it'd be kind of cool to just have like a motorcycle series of just chatting, kind of drive around the area. The bike, it's a 2015 Yamaha FZ07, and it's like a pearl white color. It's funny, all the vehicles are like a black and white theme, and I really didn't intend on doing that. It just kind of happened. I guess maybe because they're a little bit more available. I really was a big fan of the way the GX looked in white, and I wanted to go with kind of that like black on white TRD Pro kind of look with it. Hey, Katie. Cheers. I'm here drinking some hot tea and just relaxing. Ceramic coating on the headers for the motorcycle? I have not done it on either vehicle. I saw that ceramic coatings are pretty good for doing on the vehicle of your car. I haven't seen anyone doing it on the headers. Does that prevent corrosion, kind of that bluish corrosive look, or is it just in general just to keep dirt and grime off of them? Yeah, it's a big cup of tea. Hey, Jason. Yeah, definitely more tacos on the on the channel would be good. I see tons of people around here with Tacomas, and looks like there's when I went up to the trails in that last video or 2 videos ago, when I went up to go kind of explore some of those trails, I saw a bunch of people with Tacomas and a bunch of Jeeps up there. So there's definitely a community around here that I need to start engaging with and start doing some kind of off-road group activities. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should probably look into that. Right now, the headers on the F-07, I have that Yoshimura aftermarket exhaust in carbon, and the polished headers are kind of just like corroded and they look bad. I need to go through and polish them. So maybe that'll be one of the upcoming videos. I'll kind of go through that process and clean the headers, and then also look into the ceramic coating. I haven't seen this before, so I should probably do a little bit of research and see um, how much that varies or differs from like regular ceramic coating on a car, like for the prep. I'm assuming you want to strip it completely down with some alcohol of some sort, but not quite sure um, how you go about curing it. Hey, Gary. Thanks, man. Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how the ceramic coating goes. Do you know roughly how much it costs to have them do that? Hey, Alicia. Thanks, Don. $300. So I wonder what that would cost if you did it yourself versus having them do it. I'd say the materials have to be under $100. Nice. Thanks for joining in, Gary and Alicia. Oh yeah, I saw those. My buddy Gary, who's in here, he's got some 3D printed geocache containers where you can store geocaches around and kind of create your own. And he sells some on his store. The one shaped like an acorn. It's cool. Hide that in the woods. Oh, yeah. I can assume. I mean, a lot of the chemicals involved with even just painting a car pretty harsh to be breathing in. So you definitely want to have the right PPE for that. And I will say that I can't remember what vlog number it was, but one of the vlogs I went through and I stripped down all of the epoxy on the like the resin on the outside of the carbon fiber parts on the M4. And yeah, I was trying to rush, and I sometimes I wore a mask, other times I didn't, and yeah, I could really feel effects from that. I felt like it was pretty harsh. The epoxy itself's pretty toxic to be breathing in, so that that video kind of probably did some damage. Oh, the poster? That's so I got those off of Amazon. They were like a set. It's like a space exploration technologies. It's like travel to Mars. It's like one's got Mars and the other one's got the International Space Station on it and a satellite. I just thought they were pretty cool. Framed them, put them up on the wall. Kind of a techie nerd kind of guy with some of that stuff, but also equally as nerdy about cars. So thanks, Car Crazy Yankee. Appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Oh yeah, the milkman. Yeah. My dog just went running by the camera there. I guess he was not a fan of live streaming. Yeah, if this live stream stuff kind of engages and grows a little bit more, it would be cool to do like a monthly live stream and maybe have a setup in the garage with the cars in the background so that I can kind of hang out in there, and it'll be a little bit more interactive for just everybody to talk and then kind of show some things on the cars if people have questions. But yeah, I think I want to see how that goes. Maybe do it monthly. But yeah, I should probably drive the BMW just straight through the wall into the bedroom and just do it now. When am I coming to California for a vlog? Hopefully soon. I really want to come out there and check out some of the trail riding. I'd love to go mountain biking out there actually, but I would love to go motorcycle riding and also go up and do some trail riding in Northern California out there. So let me know when you're ready for a visitor, Max. Richland, Florida. Yeah, is that some? I feel like I've heard that. Richland. Let me check this out. Richland, Florida. So it looks like it's a wildlife management area. Let's see how far that is from me. Richland. Okay, so that's over there, like near Claremont, like between Orlando and Tampa. Wow, on the map it looks like it's super dense, wooded area, nature preserve. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to go out. I would love to go check that out. Oh yeah, going to MotoGP the first weekend in October. That should be pretty cool. It's going to be in Austin there at the what is that track called? Track of the Americas? No. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank on that. COTA, Circuit of the Americas. That's right. Near Claremont, yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested in going out there and checking those out. I feel like that would be cool. I need to start exploring Florida and see what kinds of off-road trails there are. We've got a GX Off-Road Florida group that is pretty active on Facebook, and I saw they did a meet a couple months ago, and I just wasn't in town that weekend, but I really wanted to reach out to that group and see if we can organize some sort of a GX off-road group ride or group trail ride somewhere. But yeah, if you ever go out and you know of any groups of people going out there, let me know. It'd be cool to get a group together. I currently don't have a winch. I've got a little hook on the back where my receiver is, so I could get pulled out, but I don't have the ability to pull myself out with a winch. So it would be nice to go out there with some other people that can help tow me out if I get stuck. The other week when I was up at those trails making that video, I was definitely a little bit worried, thinking that there's a chance that I could get stuck and be out there by myself, but it seemed like there was a decent enough people there that I could ask for help, but it would be nice to go out with a group. Hey, Venus. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. Eagles game. I had no idea there was an Eagles game tonight. Wait, it's August. Are you talking about NFL? Is NFL on right now? Dang. Yeah, I'm more of a hockey guy, so I totally didn't even know the NFL was starting up. For some reason, I thought that was like September. I'm actually from Pennsylvania originally, so I grew up around a lot of Eagles fans. Yeah, Austin's going to be cool. So I should probably take the GoPro and the camera setup out there in October. I'm going to go out there with Max. It'd be cool to take the camera out there and do a vlog in Austin and show some of the riding and also some of the race. That should be pretty cool. I've never been to Austin. I'm looking forward to checking that out, seeing what the city's got to offer, and then also just watching the MotoGP race. I've never been to a MotoGP race before, so this will be cool. And it's Valentino Rossi's last race, so that's pretty monumental. Well, I appreciate you joining in, David, even though the Eagles game is on. Yeah, I guess one of the things I should have mentioned at the beginning, I've got my friend Max in here. If you see him in the chat talking, he's the guy he's the music magic guy behind all the videos. So the intro videos, all the music you hear on my channel, that's all his original music, and he does a lot of he's on Spotify. He does a lot of electronic music, but he's also quite a musician. He can play guitar and drums and bass. So he does it all. He's got like this cool Native Instruments machine, kind of like a beat pad, and he DJs with some turntables as well. And so he does some cool live mixes on YouTube as well. So check him out if you're interested in any of the music you hear in the vlogs. That's all his stuff. And thank you, Max, for creating all that music. I really appreciate it. The next video is going to be, it's a pretty short one. It's pretty simple, but I think it's a cool upgrade. In the last few videos, I've been doing a lot of interior stuff to the GX470 just because the vehicle's 2005, so there's a lot of just outdated stuff, wear and tear on a lot of things. Like my steering wheel is really messed up, but one of the biggest things that I was really bothered by too with my car was the shift boots for the gear select and also the high and low four-wheel drive select. Those shift boots are like a gray material, and they're like stained and faded yellow from the previous owner, and I took leather cleaner to them, and I was able to get them okay, but it just really bothered me. And then I still had that wood grain shift knob on the top of that gear selector. So what I did is I just went on Amazon. I found these really cool black leather with red stitching shift boots that are universal. And I did some measurements of the shift boots that were for the high and low gear select. And I went through and I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure these will work. They're like $14 a piece for the shift boots. And then I bought some cool shift knobs. They're like universal shift knobs. And so what I did is I changed out all the boots and the shift knobs. I got a nice black machined aluminum for the regular gear select. And then for the high and low four-wheel drive select, that shift knob I got in a red, like a polished red carbon fiber. So that looks pretty cool. It kind of is continuing that red and black theme that I've been going with. And yeah, that's going to be the next video. I'm editing it right now. Hopefully it'll be done sometime tomorrow, if not by Saturday. So I'll try to post that video over the weekend for everybody. Just in my speakers and doing the... Yes, that's awesome. Hey, how's it going? Is it Kassar? Thank you for joining in. you've been probably one of my most active subscribers as far as commenting and engaging with everybody in the comments. So I appreciate that. Thank you for joining in. Oh, like Kaiser. Okay. Nice. Cool. Well, thank you for joining in. I guess one of the things I'm most happy about with the channel is that everybody so far with all the videos has been really supportive of each other. You know, people don't seem to be afraid to ask questions, and nobody's saying anything rude to each other, which I know it's really hard to go out on the internet and see. I mean, it's really easy to go around on the internet and see a lot of people just like trash talking and, you know, just being rude to each other for no reason. So I really appreciate everybody being kind to one another in the comments, and I think it helps build a good community of people that, you know, mostly is people that are here for the GX470. So I really appreciate everybody being positive and helping each other out. Sometimes I'll be in a video and I'll see a comment from somebody in a video, and I'll get the notification on my phone. I'll look at it, and sometimes I'll be out like driving or I'm out to dinner or something, and I won't get a chance to get to answering the comment. And then sometimes I'll go home and somebody else answered it for me and helped somebody out. So it's pretty cool that everybody's helping out and engaging with each other. And hopefully we can build a cool community of GX enthusiasts, off-road enthusiasts. And I'm really, this channel, the goal is to kind of shape it however you as subscribers want to see things go. Like, I've been taking down notes on comments people have mentioned just to kind of get a gauge for what things people want to see. I get an overwhelming number of people wanting to see the backup camera on the Phoenix Automotive head unit. I'll say that was the one thing that I didn't really know how to handle when I installed it. I forgot that I had read on the Phoenix Automotive website when I ordered it. I was so excited about ordering that head unit because I felt like it was going to be a big upgrade in modernization to the inside of the vehicle. So I ordered it, and I remembered reading that the backup camera isn't compatible with this unit, so you have to order like an aftermarket one and rewire or replace it. And it's not that big of a deal, but I was at the time I just ordered the head unit and the Bluetooth Apple CarPlay adapter. And so what I need to do is, and because people are asking questions about it, I really need to order that backup camera and do a video installing that, because I'll admit I actually hate not having the backup camera. I've been dealing with it now since it was probably December. Yeah, it was December when I installed that. So I haven't had a backup camera in like 8 months now, and it sucks backing out of places without visibility because the windows are kind of tinted dark. And yeah, I should do that. That's probably should be one of my highest priorities, is ordering that, because the camera's pretty inexpensive. I think it's like less than $30, and it should be pretty straightforward to just wire it up through and tuck it up underneath the carpet and everything. Oh, Kaiser, yeah. So the vinyl is definitely harder than I thought as well to wrap, especially so this next video with the shift boot. You definitely want to watch that, because I updated everybody in the vlog on the status of the vinyl. Forewarning, the vinyl around the vents around both sides of the head unit, the vinyl around the vents is actually really tricky. I don't know if you saw when I was doing the video, I was really kind of struggling with getting that to fit and stretch around those vents. And the worst part is I'm in Florida, so you know, we get the outside heat in the car just baking, and it's, you know, changes the dynamics of the vinyl. And then when I go and get in the car, I crank the AC. So the vinyl itself is going through all these temperature changes, and it's getting kind of brittle around the vents. So what I did is I actually pulled the vinyl. I kept all the other vinyl wrap as is because it covered the wood trim and it's holding up great everywhere else. but on those pieces on both sides of the head unit, I took the vinyl off and I sanded them and actually painted them like a satin black color so that it matched the Phoenix Automotive head unit. And it looks really good right now. And it was super easy to do. I just did a rough like 600 grit sand on the wood grain because that wood grain's really glossy and the paint just won't stick to that well. So you got to like rough it up a little bit. And I show it in this video that I'm currently editing now because I wanted to do it while I was in there upgrading the shift boots. So just as a forewarning, if you are doing that vinyl wrap, it'll work great for a few months. And then I think you'll experience probably what I experienced, which was the temperature fluctuations cause that vinyl just doesn't hold well around those corners. Hey, Lance, thanks for joining in. You're also, like Kaiser, you're also one of the more active subscribers. I really appreciate you reaching out and engaging a lot in the comments. Nice. I'm glad to hear you got the same wheels and tires, stereo speakers, and the grill. Oh, that's right. We were talking about the rear tire carrier the other day. Yeah, that rear tire carrier, you have to let me know how that goes. It looks awesome having the spare tire mounted on the back, and I'm kind of curious to know how those things work. It's a lot of weight to be mounted on that thin metal, but I think they do a pretty good job of putting the proper supports on the back that you screw in. So that should be interesting. I'm really curious to see what you think of it. I've been really wanting to do that one as well. Oh, and you ordered the grill. Oh, David, yeah. Also, you too. Did you order the grill as well? I think a lot of people saw on the Facebook page the GX470. I think it posted in like the GXOR, the Facebook group for the GXOR, and also on the GX470 and 460 owners. And it's these group of people from Garage Alpha is the company name, and they created this awesome modernized version of the GX470 grill to look like the TRD Pro Tacoma grill. And it comes with like, you can get it in a couple of different options. You can swap out like a Lexus and Toyota center emblem, which is cool. And then you can also get like these, they call them Raptor lights. So it's like the 3 ember lights that you see on like the Tacoma. The Tacoma guys rock those a lot. Yeah, I saw that grill and I thought, by the time I saw it, I thought if it was still available when I clicked on the website, then it was destined. I had to order it. So that was really cool. I'm excited for that to arrive. A bunch of people look like they had pre-ordered it because it seemed like they got an overwhelming number of people buying that. So yeah, I can't wait for that to come in. It looks like 60 days they're saying for that. So I'm a few weeks into it, maybe 3. So I probably got a little bit more, 5 more weeks left. Yeah, Kaiser, yeah, I do need a backup camera. That it's dangerous without it, especially backing in and out of driveways and stuff. Oh, hey, Don. So the wrap, I haven't tallied up all the votes yet. I was kind of letting it sit for a little bit and see how many people voted. I haven't been getting a whole lot of new comments on that, so I think most of the people who wanted to vote about it have done so. I will say that just off the top of my head from seeing them flow through, I got an overwhelming number on that 80s metal theme. I think that one looked really cool. I feel like it goes really well with the Asamoto logo with the lightning bolt and the A. I thought that would be kind of fitting. It goes with it well. So I think that's going to be the one that ended up winning just from seeing the comments come through. But I should go tally them up to make sure that was actually the winner before I say anything. Maybe I'll do a live stream to announce that. Oh, Kaiser. Yeah, so you going two-tone. Yeah. Yeah, I ended up going and taking the vinyl off the vents and then painting them. Oh, David, yeah, nice. So you got the yeah, I got the Lexus option too. I love the way the font looks on the Toyota. It looks cleaner, but I don't know. I just felt like I should go with Lexus. I didn't want to have a Toyota front badge. It would have made me feel like I should take the GX470 emblems off the back if I didn't. So I personally was like, oh, there he is. There's the milkman. Hey, buddy. Yep, there he is. Little Shiba Inu dog. He's he looks pretty upset right now. Yeah, so the Lexus option, I went with that. Oh, David, yep, definitely cleaner, but Lexus all the way. Yeah, there's just something funny about rocking Lexus and then turning it into like an off-road vehicle and making it look rugged. So I'm the same way. I was like, I gotta order the Lexus one. I saw they were making a GXR one. I saw somebody post, and it looked kind of yeah, Doge to the moon. Yeah, I saw somebody post they're gonna do like some alternate versions. I guess you can even get your own custom emblems made by them. I don't know how that exactly works, but I'm excited. It looks like a lot of people are interested in that. Kaiser. Oh, does the engineering help with what you do? Um, I don't know. I do electrical engineering, like computer engineering, so I feel like the wiring of speakers and lights, like I really want to do LED light bars and some external lights on the vehicle, and having the electrical engineering background, I guess, kind of helps with that. Um, oh yeah, the ADOM explanation was great. Yeah, that's a really common struggle, I think, with a lot of people with audio systems. And I saw lots of debates in the like Facebook group. It was a lot of people spreading misinformation on like Ohm's law stuff, on how you hook up speakers and what resistance is. And if you look up the equation for Ohm's law, it's pretty straightforward to calculate, and you just need to make sure you keep the speaker at the 8 ohms that it was designed for. And I feel like one of the things for that in particular was, I don't know, I feel like I saw a lot of people wiring up 4 ohm speakers and saying that they had no issues with it. And that's fine. I think those people might not ever have any issues with it being hooked up as 4 ohms, but in general, being an electrical engineer, I looked at that and I was like, that's bad. That's bad practice. Your amp's now driving harder just to power that speaker. And I didn't want to risk premature failure of the amplifier in the car and then have to go buy one of the amplifiers are pretty expensive. I think they're like $500 or $600 if you want to buy the OEM one off of eBay. Oh yeah, yeah. That GXOR emblem is uh, is an interesting one. It looks like it's definitely still in development because it was 3D printed and it looks a little bit rough. Like it looks like it's not finished all the way. I think maybe they're just doing some prototypes to get it kind of all ironed out. But it'd be nice to see what they come up with. Hey, G Unit, thanks for joining in. Does anybody have any questions with any of the videos that I've done so far? I know there's a lot of different topics on the videos. Um, so if you had anything in particular, if you tried doing any of the mods yourself, did you have issues with anything? Was something not clear in any of the videos? I guess one of the things I wanted to talk about mainly, which I put some stuff Oh, G Unit, yeah. What do I think of the TRD grill? Yeah, so that TRD grill I really like. I don't know if you saw in my last video, or it was 2 videos ago. It was vlog 34, is an off-roading one. At the beginning of that, I talk about the TRD grill. I actually ordered that day when I was filming that, and yeah, I really like the way it looks. My front grill, as you saw in some of the previous vlogs, I plasti dipped it, and it still looks good. The plasti dip's holding up fine, which I'm surprised because it's been almost a year of doing that. So the plasti dip held up well, but I really like the way that grill looks. I think it looks very clean, and I think it's going to make the car look a lot different. I think it might make it look pretty modern when I see it on there. I've seen some pictures on Instagram that they posted what it looks like, Instagram and Facebook, and I just really like the way it looked. And the price point was like, I don't know, I felt like it was right around the right price too. Like it wasn't so high that I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to pay that, because that's a fine line. If you have something like that too expensive, not many people are going to want to order it. So I thought they did it right. I really liked it. Yeah, this teacup is freaking massive. It's cool though. I like it. I like the clear. Sometimes hard to see the details, Kaiser. Yeah, um, that's something I'm struggling with as well, and I'm learning as I go. A lot of this is new to me. I'm learning as a creator, I'm learning to do the videos better. I've upgraded the camera I have. Like I have this Canon that I've been using, which has definitely upgraded the quality of things, but it's not the greatest in certain low light conditions. And I think what I need to do is have, maybe a better camera in the future to capture some of those details. But if you look way back at like my first vlogs a few years ago, the quality was like garbage. It was all done with a GoPro, and it just doesn't look great. You can't see the details because it's such a wide angle. So yeah, I'll take a note on that and try to capture some of those details. Um, I actually did not receive the TRD grill yet. That grill should be about 60 days, they say, till it comes in. So I have a few more weeks left on that. But when I do, I'm going to make a video of it so that you can see what it looks like. Oh, Lance. Yeah, a lot of people actually want to see a follow-up video on that Phoenix Automotive head unit. And I think a lot of people are concerned with some of the things they're reading about that head unit, which I'm seeing some people complain about. It's slow, it's a little latent on connecting and everything. And I personally was a little bit bothered by it. I think it is a little bit of a lag. And I've been driving the GX mostly. I haven't driven the M4 in a while. And so I kept thinking I was really bothered by it. But, the other day I pulled out in the M4 and I was driving down the road and I realized, hey, my Bluetooth didn't connect. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. This doesn't connect. This is connecting just as slow as the GX does. And I thought maybe I'm being too critical of the connection time, because my M4 takes I'm almost to the same point down the road when the CarPlay actually kicks in and connects, that it happens on the M4 and the GX. So timeline wise, it's about the same, but I am a little bit bothered by it. It's a little bit annoying because I just want to like turn on the car and have it ready to go. I'll put CarPlay up. So yeah, I will say it's $600 and it's not super responsive. It feels like halfway thought out, and I feel like it could use like a firmware update of some sort to make it better. I feel like there's a lot of overhead with it, but in general, I do like the way it looks with the big like tablet style screen better than the OEM one, because the OEM one is definitely outdated. So I think the reason I'm okay with it is because I like the newer upgraded look in the touchscreen. But yeah, like the HVAC controls for the AC is a little bit clunky to change quickly. Yeah, G-Unit. I think it'll change the look of the front end of the vehicle. It'll make it look a lot newer. I think people might have double takes when they look at it because it's gonna almost have a Tacoma look on the front end. Oh, Kaiser, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so the time lapses, I do a lot of that to save people from getting disengaged with the videos. In some of my earlier videos, if you go and look, there are a lot of the M4 videos. I kept things very lengthy because I'm a details oriented guy, and I feel like I want to show every single detail of the install so that if somebody's trying to come behind and watch the video and replicate it, they'll be able to see every single step along the way. And I started noticing my videos were getting pretty lengthy doing that. And then I got tons of people commenting and being like, this is like way too long. And I had this one person commented and said, I love how you made a 30-minute video to do something you could have explained in like 3 minutes. And I was like, okay, everyone's speaking to me. Everyone's telling me what they don't like. So I started incorporating a lot of time lapse stuff for things that I hope are straightforward for what I'm doing so that people can see, all right, I get what he's doing and I can kind of see how he's doing it, but I'm not, sitting there watching every single detail of it. And so hopefully that helps. I don't know. I think everybody has a different opinion on that, and I don't really know how to solve it other than try to listen to both sides and see. I like to have a balance in the videos of details and also trying to get to the point and say, yeah, this is a good install, which I guess one of the things I like to say is the cool thing about these videos is you guys get to watch me struggle and potentially fail, and then you don't have to go buy the thing that I bought or try the thing I tried if it doesn't work for me. And so in the shift boot video that I'm editing right now, I actually did have a failure. I cut the shift boot too short, and when I went to go install it on, there was like a 2-inch gap between the shift boot and the actual knob. So there's just like this silver or metal rod just hanging out. It looked awful. And so I had to reorder that boot and go reinstall it. So, and I didn't cut any of that out because I wanted everybody to see that, yeah, sometimes these installs don't go as planned. A lot of them are just me kind of, hey, I think this will work. Let me try it. Let me shoot some video of it and post it and see if, anyone is interested in doing it as well, if anyone has questions. But yeah. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right, so I want to make sure I get to everybody's questions here. Nolan, yeah. So this camera is actually a really intro Canon camera. This is the Canon M50. It shoots still photos and also shoots video. The video quality is really good. If you look up Canon M50 on YouTube, it's probably one of the most popular intro vlog cameras that you'll find doing research. And I really enjoy it. I got this little Rode boom mic on here, and that connects into the side. Has a nice little holder that it fits right on the top. So this camera works great. I've got a little tripod for it and everything. And I also bought an extra lens, which is like an 85 millimeter, like a fixed focal length lens. And that's what I do a lot of the still photography of the vehicles with that 85 millimeter. It gives it that like magazine photo shoot quality look. And yeah, that's pretty much all I use for the vlogs right now. And if I do motorcycle vlogs, I'll probably use a GoPro for that just because it's compact. Oh, Fran. Yeah, the splitter, you're talking about the carbon fiber splitter. Yeah, it's really just a cool thing, like adding carbon fiber accents to the M4. Definitely no performance benefits from it other than like the sticker theory of adding +5 horsepower to your car. So yeah, I just did it because I thought it looked cool. Oh, Nolan, thanks. The Florida Man video was fun. I had a blast going up there and doing that. Um, I stained the inside column, like above the pillar that's right behind you where you grab your seatbelt. I had the window down, and that is all stained with mud right now. So I need to try to figure out how to address that because it's pretty bad. It looks like it's just a muddy mess in there right now. Daily driven turbo. Oh, you sold your M4 and got a GTR. Dang. Nice. That's awesome. What year did you get? Oh, thanks, Kaiser. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. I'm glad that everybody watches the videos and subscribes just because it's nice. I like the Facebook groups and everybody talking in there. There's so much information in the Facebook groups, and I thought there's a lot of people that post pictures, but not a lot of people posting videos of stuff. And if they do, it's like some cell phone video of something that they're working on. And so I thought, I'd already been doing M4 content, and I really enjoy doing just making videos. So if I'm already out there doing the mod, I just take my camera with and film it. So, I'm just glad that people enjoy watching what I like to do as a hobby, which is just capturing my life and capturing uh, the modifications I do to my car. Because I think when I look back as an old man in my 70s, I can look back and see videos of myself on the internet and say, hey, I had an M4 at one point. I did all this stuff to it, and I probably should have never spent any of that money. So it's kind of cool to do that, and I'm glad that you guys like watching the videos. Dead cat on top. Oh yeah, for the camera. Yeah, I'm confused about lenses for mine as well because this is like I can't remember what it is, like a crop sensor on this camera, and so I bought an 85 millimeter lens because I thought that was what I wanted to go with because that's like a standard one for doing portrait shots. And then I found out that it's actually with that crop sensor that's on there. It's not actually 85 millimeters. It's something like 110 or 115 or something. So it's definitely like I have to be really far away to get good shots with that lens. '09, bought it cheap, paid 41K. Second owner, clean tile, leaves me tons of room for Yeah, that sounds great. Um, I feel like the '09 GTRs are coming down anywhere around that year. They're starting to come down in price. I saw a guy at work the other day. He has one, and I think it's somewhere around that year. And I just love the way that looks. Um, and the cool thing is, yeah, if you got tons of room for mods, if it's hasn't been touched yet by somebody, then that gives you plenty of freedom to do whatever mods you want. So that's cool. I love the exhaust on those. The exhaust note sounds so good. Fran, don't miss the that's none of my business. It's the opportunity you have right now. Stage 2 wheels and other things. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm curious about how much things cost for other vehicles like that, like performance cars, because the M4, man, that thing's expensive to modify. Like exhaust systems for that car, a couple $1,000, and yeah, everything for the M cars is insane. And I'm assuming it's the same way for GTRs as well. Oh, Lance, very good question. I haven't decided. I haven't purchased the lift yet, but I think I'm going to go with the Dobinson lift. Still trying to decide if I want to do 2.5 inch or 3 inch. I'm thinking 3 after going out and doing that Florida Man video. I was really starting to think that doing a 3 inch lift, having that little bit of extra height might help me in some of those scenarios. But I also don't want it to be obnoxious to drive with a 3 inch lift. I'm not so sure if especially if I have kayaks on the roof, if I'm gonna be like real top heavy and have issues driving on like the highway or going around corners. And so I mean, it's only a half inch different than the 2.5, but I don't know how much that really throws off the geometry of the suspension. And I feel like I should probably just get the 3 inch. But definitely looking at the Dobinson, it seems pretty affordable. But there's a couple others out there that I was looking at. Like there's was it King and then Icon. I don't know. Did you find any in particular that you were interested in that you prefer over the Dobinson ones? Got winter tires for OEM wheels. Oh, nice. Yeah, driving rear wheel drive in the winter. Phew, that's got to be rough if you got snow in your area. Oh yeah, Max, the ladder. So the ladder would be great because I'd like to do kayaking, so it'd be really helpful for getting the kayaks off if I had that ladder. And also mountain biking, I was thinking it'd be cool to have my mountain bike up there instead of in. I normally like fold the seats down and throw it in the back, but it'd be cool to have the ladder and just walk up and then have like the fork mount roof rack, so I can just click in the front fork and lock it down. So the ladder would be cool. The ladder and the spare tire carrier, I think the two of those on the back of the GX, that just looks so cool to me. So I really would love to do both of those. Oh, nice, David. I'm really interested in doing exhaust on the GX. I just want to make sure that it's the right tone. I saw people were doing, was it I think it was Magnaflow. I'm trying to remember the exhaust brand that I saw some people using. It was a catback exhaust, and it sounded pretty good. I have a hard time finding people with good sound clips, but I may just decide on one of them and get it and just make a video and see how it sounds. Oh, Lance, so you did the 2.5 inch Eibach lift kit. Loving it. Get rid of spare tire on the bottom and you'll have more clearance. I went with Eibach. Okay. Yeah. Eibachs look like they've got some good options available. They seem like I think they were similar price point, or maybe they were more expensive than Dobinson, but I'll have to check that company out and see what their stuff's like. Daily driven turbos. Love the M, but never could hook first gear, and second was useless. Had manual transmission. Sucked in rain. Never wanted to go slicks. Car was just stage 2. All carbon done. Yeah. Yeah, I have the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And so I also feel like first gear is useless as well. It isn't until I hit second and third when it really starts making boosts. Third and fourth gear is where it's at. I love being in fifth and downshift into fourth and then kind of doing pulls like that. And I have that boot mode tune on the car, so, and I have the burble tune, so I went in and I tuned some of the RPM settings for when that burble kicks in and backfires, and it's like right in a sweet spot or in the third and fourth gear. Like when I'm just cruising and I let off, it backfires a ton and makes all kinds of noise. But sometimes I feel like a punk kid when I do that. So I do love the fact that I can press a button and close the exhaust flap and make it quiet again. That's really nice to have that. Gibson is perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna write down Gibson. I'm gonna write down Gibson exhaust to check that out, and then I also want to check out. Lance had mentioned the Eibach lift kit. I want to check that out as well. Thanks for that, guys. Yeah, I mean, I think this is great. I love that we're just hanging out and we're talking about cars. It's fun. You'll scare the wildlife. Yeah, in Florida, I think I want to scare the wildlife because I don't want to. I don't want to have an alligator in those swampy areas where I'm driving. So hopefully with exhaust, they hear me coming. the good thing about a lot of those areas that I was going to and doing some off-roading, the good thing was that there's a lot of other people out there off-roading, so I don't think there's any issues with alligators. But some of the areas I go kayaking in along the coast here, it's pretty infested with alligators. And if you're too quiet when you're kayaking, you actually kind of want to make a lot of noise. If you're too quiet, then there's a chance that you'll sneak up on one sitting along the edge of the mangroves, and that they blend in really well. Max knows. Max was here a few years ago, and we were on paddle boards back in this little inlet from this river, and we were joking around about talking in Australian accents, joking around about seeing a crocodile or alligator, and all of a sudden there actually was one, and it freaked out because we got too close to it, and it went down in the water underneath us, and yeah, I thought we were going to die that day. Yeah, actually, one of the things that I really want to do, and I should probably expedite making this video, is I want to do a switch panel for LED light bars on top of the vehicle, and I also want to do one on each side on a hinged mechanism, and then one in the rear on a hinged mechanism, and have them all independently switched, so that in the interior I can have a nice switch panel. And then for going like mudding and stuff, it'd be great to turn the front light bar on, and maybe some ditch lights as well. But then it's really big down here in Florida around this time of year, in August and September when the water's warm, is there's bioluminescent algae that glows at night when you're in the water. And so it's a really big thing that people like to do here, and I have kayaks, so I really like to go. You go out there at like midnight, and you go kayaking from like midnight to 2 a.m. in the dark, and as you like paddle through the water with your paddles, you like stir up the algae, and it activates and it glows more. So it's pretty cool. And every time I do it, I'm always holding like flashlights and trying to get the kayaks in the dark off of the roof of the vehicle, and having people hold lights to get everything down. It'd be really awesome to just flip a switch and have swivel mounted like ditch lights on the side of the roof rack pointing down, and then one in the rear. So basically the entire perimeter is illuminated on the ground, and then getting the kayaks down from there with all that light would be really easy. And so I should probably expedite doing a video of that, because it's August and I've only got a few more weeks left of the bioluminescent algae. So I really should do that so I can see. Yeah, one of the things that I was just kind of writing down some stuff here that I wanted to talk about. One of the things I really want to talk about today, which it didn't end up working out the way I wanted to, but I had ordered a custom steering wheel cover, and that's going to be one of those stitch-on ones, and I got it in the same theme that I've been going with the black and red stitching. So that was supposed to be delivered today, ended up getting delayed shipping. So yeah, I was really hoping to do an unboxing in front of everybody so we could check it out and see what it looks like. So yeah, I'm going to delete that wood grain steering wheel look and go with kind of like a nice red, or it's all black leather. I think there's some Alcantara, it's not real Alcantara, it's like suede. And then it's got red stitching holding it together all the way around. So that should look cool. And I'm excited about that one, but was really hoping to do an unboxing in front of everybody. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen today. Yeah, delayed shipping, man. That's been something we've all had to get quite used to in the past, a year and a half of dealing with all these delays and supply chain. It's been crazy how much stuff's gotten affected. Speaking of it, have you guys noticed used cars are up like crazy. I bought the GX470 in April of last year, right as things were starting to shut down. And I got it for such a steal because people had no idea what was going to happen with things shutting down. So I got this crazy deal on the SUV, and I think it was because they just didn't know if they were going to ever, how long it was going to be till they could sell cars again. So got a great deal, but then on the reverse, like the whole thing turned around on me, and all of a sudden all of our GXs are worth like crazy money. I saw today, I saw like 3 or 4 people post in the GX Facebook group. So it's like the same vehicle as mine with like some of them. I saw one with 190,000 miles, one with like 200,000 miles, all pretty high mileage, which isn't a bad thing for these vehicles, as everyone knows. But I was shocked that I saw everybody was pricing them over the 20 grand range, which is crazy. Like there's a lot of profit to be made in selling your GX if you got it for a good deal prior to this kind of crazy car market that's been going on. So yeah, it made me think, wow, I could sell the GX and make some good money. But I also just love the car so much, I don't think I'd want to sell it. Like I can't buy anything anywhere near the capability that the GX has if I sell it for a profit. So it just doesn't make sense right now for me to do it. I know some people are just cashing in, which is fine, but I'm just going to keep it. I want to run it until it can't run anymore. Like I want to test that engine out and see how well the cast iron block holds up, and see if just in general how many miles I can put on it. I see a lot of people getting close to 500,000 miles, which is pretty crazy. I'm only at like 165 or something like that. So I still got a ways to go. There's plenty of life left in it. I should probably keep an eye on the water pump and timing belt, because a lot of people are doing that every 100,000 miles. And I did it when I first got the car. I had a buddies and some friends knew a guy who did some mechanic work and liked working on the side to make some money. So I had this guy do it for me, but yeah, 100,000 miles from now, I'm going to need to do it again. I need to figure out how I'm going to address that. Yeah, so has anybody seen, there's a new, I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the at the beginning of the live stream, I was mentioning if anybody had seen the new GX460. I see a couple of posts going around lately of, it's in like this, like a forest green color I've been seeing it in. And gosh, it looks cool. The interior looks super modern, very luxurious looking and sleek. If I don't even know how much that cost. If I had like 80 grand laying around, I would get one. But I like buying used cars. And so maybe in a few years, that thing will depreciate down and be affordable like our GX470s are. And, you'll have an opportunity to own the new one later. But I'm definitely not going to be paying the price that they want for that new GX. Oh, I just realized I don't have my comments set to top chat. Live chat. Okay. Was I missing somebody's comments? Trying to see. Looks like I got everybody. Yep. Cool. Just want to make sure. I saw that there was a live chat option here and then a top chat. And I was worried I was missing some people's comments. Oh, Fran. I landed on the GX kind of by accident. I was driving the M4 a lot and putting a ton of miles on it. And so essentially I was starting to think to myself, I need to find another way to keep the M4 from just getting deteriorated to being worthless. Those M cars can hold their value pretty well as long as the mileage isn't exceeding that 100K mile threshold. People really start to really depreciate after that. So I thought it would be really nice to get a daily driver And so for myself, I do a lot of kayaking and mountain biking. So I really wanted something that I could have and do like outdoor activities. I play hockey too. So for me, with the hockey bag, it's massive. And so it's really easy to just throw it in the back of an SUV. So my first thoughts were, I'm going to get an old 4Runner because they're cool, they're affordable, and I feel like they're pretty nice looking as well. The newer ones I love, but I started looking around at like the '05 ones, and man, the interior of them was kind of outdated. And I was talking to a buddy at work actually about this, and I was, he's a car guy as well. I was telling him, hey, I'm looking at these 4Runners, but first of all, I was shocked that they're still going for pretty decent value, and I think it's because they're like an off-road. They're labeled as like an off-road vehicle, and a lot of people do off-road the 4Runners, so they hold their value pretty well for that reason. Also because it's a Toyota, and Toyotas hold their value pretty well as well. So he told me, he's like, hey, you know what you should get? You should get the GX470. It's this Lexus that's kind of like a hidden gem right now, and off-roading communities like starting to discover it, but they're still pretty cheap, and it's the same platform roughly, same engine, the V8, the cast iron block V8. And so I started looking into them, and I thought, holy crap, why are these things so much less expensive than a 4Runner of the same year, but has like nice leather interior? The dash was a lot nicer looking than the 4Runners. And so I was shocked. I couldn't believe that these were cheaper, and I think it was because they weren't labeled as an off-road vehicle. These are these Lexus SUVs are typically owned by people with money, so it's like wealthy families that take their Lexus to the dealership for every service, and no DIY stuff, no off-roading, no modifications. So it seemed like the perfect fit for what I was looking for car-wise. And so I got the GX and just fell in love with it. I started seeing about the community, started seeing there's a big community of people just modifying them. And I thought, hey, this is cool. This is like a whole nother thing that I never even knew existed. I got it as just a daily driver and was going to continue doing the Awesomoto channel as just like M4 and motorcycle stuff. And so when I realized that it seemed like there was a need, I couldn't find many videos on GX470s. And so I just started making videos of it. And here we are, this was over a year ago now. Here we are with having a 1K subscriber celebration. So that's cool. But yeah, that was how I landed on the GX. That was a very long-winded reasoning, but Ryan, if you race the M4 versus the GX, who wins? What's definitely the GX. Yeah, that's going to beat the M4. The M4 is totally going to win, but the GX can tow the M4 when it breaks down, which is nice. What's faster, M4 or Corolla? Totally Corolla. Thanks for joining in, Ryan. MJ, I need new headlights. Any suggestions? Very good question, because this is a topic that I'm going to cover in a video. My headlights are cracked, and also like everybody else's, the plastic is very hazy and just sun damaged. And so, you can go through and do the headlight restoration and the 3M one or any of those other kits, and you can clean up the look of them. Unfortunately for me, my headlight housing is actually cracked, so I'm getting some buildup of moisture in there. So for me personally, I'm gonna have to buy new lens or new headlights in general. But I will say that I want to customize them. So I'm gonna do a whole video of me ordering headlights off the internet, and I'm gonna bake them and pull off the front glass lens. And I'm gonna go in and basically black out all the chrome on the inside, and then I'm gonna mount aftermarket headlamps in there. So I'm gonna get new bulb fixtures and hopefully get some nice modern ones. And then also I really want to I'm trying to remember the I was looking up some wiring diagrams for them. There's a term, I think it's like LCR, or it's a 3-letter acronym for the material that's used for it, but it almost has that, you know how the way Tacoma trucks have that like LED looking strip, but it's not actually LEDs, it's like this illuminated tube. There's a 3-letter acronym for what that is, and I'm going to also mount one of those inside of there. And I found one that does white and amber, and so I really like to have kind of that daytime running amber look that you see on like the what's that Kia? Oh, the Telluride. I really love the way the Kia Telluride has that amber daytime light look, and I really want to incorporate that into like a custom GX470 headlight. So I plan. People might cringe when they hear me say this, but I plan on going with the eBay headlight fixtures. That I don't think they're not OEM ones, but they should fit. I did see some people complaining about fitting issues, but I'm going to give it a shot. You can watch the video and see how much of a fail it ends up being, but I'm going to go in there and basically take apart the headlight and refinish them and kind of upgrade them and make them look a lot more modern. That, along with that new TRD grill that's coming in from Garage Alpha, that's going to look so much better for the vehicle, and I'm really excited about doing that video. G in it. Yeah, that the 3M, if you don't have MJ, if you don't have a cracked headlight, I would do what G Unit's saying. That 3M finishing kit works really well to get all that. If you're dealing with haze in your lens and it's like that yellowy, hazy look. So definitely that's a quick fix if you just want to keep them as is. If you're interested in customizing them, I'll make a video of that so you can see how I'm going to do it. And then if you're interested, I'll put all the links, like always, I'll put all the description or the links in the description so that you can see kind of how all that works and where to buy everything. G-Unit completely refinished and looks new, but plastic wasn't cracked. Yeah. Also like the new sport headlight from Depot. Yeah, I think those were the ones I was looking at from Depot. And Lance, he went with the Smoke aftermarket sport ones, reasonably priced. Yeah, I like the aftermarket sport ones as well. I might temporarily do the 3M kit and do like a tint on them until I decide to do the actual full install of customizing the lights. I will say that all of these things I want to do start adding up price-wise, so I need to pick and choose and kind of spread out the purchases so I'm not blowing a ton of money on mods. But I'm really eager to do a lot of these, so I need to, find some things to divvy up the videos this fall, because I plan to do, at the rate I've been doing, one every couple weeks or one every other week. It'd be really nice to get to weekly videos. It's definitely hard to do that, and it gets expensive. But I'm trying to make more content for everyone so that we can all kind of see, where we can take the GX. Steve, hey Steve from Colorado. That's awesome. I bet the weather out there is great right now, nice and cool summer. Unless it gets hot in Colorado in the summer. I haven't been out there other than in the winter. But yeah, thanks for joining in. Appreciate you joining the live stream. LED amber color DRLs. Is that the acronym? What it is? Yeah, that sounds familiar. DRLs. I can't remember what it actually stands for, but yeah, that would be cool to have those mounted inside of. Oh, DRLs, daytime running lights. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so having the amber color daytime running, that would be cool. I really like that, especially with the amber lights on that Garage Alpha grill. Yeah, MJ, I should, I'll be posting that video. Keep an eye out. Did the refinish, still looks green. Oh, okay. So yeah, MJ, you might need to go with replacing your headlights. We need all the links. Yeah, having the links is great. One of the things that I struggle with is finding the stuff in general that's going to work for our vehicle. And so once I finally find something and I make a video on it, I'm just trying to make it easier for all of you so that you're not having to dig for everything, because that's, we all have regular lives outside of being GX hobbyists and car hobbyists, and streamlining that process definitely makes the weekends have a little bit more time, so you're not spending all of it, researching and then having to do the mod. Fran, I used Novus plastic polish and it fixed lens haze. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, there's a couple of companies out there making those headlight kits, and I hear great things about the 3M one. So Novus, I'll have to check that one out. I'm probably going to do it as a temporary, just to please myself and see the clean headlight before I do the actual headlight install with an aftermarket custom setup. I should probably just pick up one of those headlight kits and clean them up and at least make them look good temporarily while they're on. Benny's Customs. Is that a GTA reference? Ryan, I did wet sanding method from Chemical Guys to restore my old car's headlights, and they look great afterwards. Okay, cool. Yeah, Chemical Guys, that's right. They have one as well. A1 Auto has the depot ones. They supposedly have. Wait, what? Lifetime warranty on those? A1 Auto. I'm going to write that down because I'm going to be looking for headlights here soon. A1 Auto headlights. Yeah, that's cool. I feel like the headlight mod is definitely going to be something that really makes the front end of that vehicle look more modern, especially when I get rid of that haziness. Did you decide on a wrap design yet? Oh, hey, Ryan. Yeah, so the wrap vote is still kind of ongoing. I have a few people still trickling in a couple of votes, here and there, but it has slowed down a lot. So I'm thinking very short, maybe by the end of the week, I will just tally it all up and see which one's the winner. I mentioned earlier that I'm pretty sure the I'm trying to remember. I think I called it the thrash rendering. It's got that 80s metal kind of look to it, or Van Halen look. That's kind of the more popular one from just seeing the comments come through on my phone. I see people are saying that one a lot, but I also saw a lot of people that really liked the plain one, which I was kind of struggling between the two. I really like the plain look as well. It's clean. The thrash one's definitely really wild. It's gonna draw a lot of attention, and that may be a bad thing. Like maybe drawing police attention. If I'm speeding, I may stick out like a sore thumb. So I guess we'll see what the winner is. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna end up being the thrash one. Yeah, David. Yeah, doing the research is definitely half the fun. It's cool going around and looking at stuff online and seeing what kinds of products are out there from different companies. And then also for me, like this next video that I'm posting with the shift boot retrofitting of a new shift boot and new shift levers for the high and low gear select, and also just the regular gear selector. It was cool doing the research on that. Like I found the right thread pitch and size for the gear shifter like selectors, and then it was cool because it's just a bunch of universal stuff that I've like retrofitted in and made it fit. So it's a very custom shift boot setup that's going to be done, and I'm going to be posting that video here soon. But doing the research for that was fun because I was like trying to find like a cool shift knob that I liked, and I was able to pick out two, since one's for the 4-wheel drive select and the other one's for the regular gear select. So yeah, it's definitely fun. 1A auto, not A1 auto. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll switch that. 1A auto. Cool. Yeah, thanks for that, MJ. Appreciate it. Chris P. Hey, yeah, the Tesla style radio. that's a pretty popular video, and I get a lot of people commenting, asking questions about that. And I think a lot of people want a pros and cons video. And I didn't make one initially because when I made that install video, I didn't want to just go ahead and say, I love it, it's so cool, get it. Um, it does look great, but it does have its flaws. So I think what I want to do is make like an aftermarket, or not aftermarket, but make kind of like a 6 month review. It's been about 6 months, 6 or 8 months since I've had it, and just kind of talk about things that I like and things I don't like. I mentioned earlier that one of the things that bothers me is the HVAC controls are pretty responsive, but you have to go down into a menu to use them. And when you're driving, it can be a little bit annoying to be doing that while driving. It's easy to hit the wrong thing and turn the AC off accidentally, but turn the fan up. So there's some things that are a little bit um, short-sighted with it. It's not everything I would want it to be. There's definitely things I would like to have different about it, but unfortunately, I can't change the firmware or the software. Maybe I can, but I think a lot of it is the biggest thing that bothers me is the lag in the Apple CarPlay. And I was mentioning earlier that the lag was really bothering, but it is not much different than the lag for my M4 when I'm driving down the street for that to kick in for the Bluetooth. So I don't know. I think the trade-off is I have a nice upgraded new looking touchscreen. It makes the vehicle feel a lot newer. Definitely feels nice having that. It's a little bit clunky and the interfaces aren't as nice as I'd like them to be, but I think overall I like it. Definitely like it better than the stock one because I can go in and change custom equalizer stuff for all the speakers I have. So in that one speaker video I mentioned, I went in and custom tuned all the equalizer settings, and that really helped the sound of those speakers. So is it worth $600? I don't know, but I pulled the trigger on it, bought it, and I'm not sending it back. I'm just gonna keep it. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. It's all right. David, BX Build has all the custom parts to mod with install instructions specifically for the GXOP side to DIY the mod for us. I'll order the depot light and mod mine too. Beats the 24-week wait. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I purposefully am not looking at BX built headlights just because I don't want to be persuaded to do anything different than the vision I have in my head for how I want the lights to look. So I purposely haven't been looking at a lot of their content because I don't want it to change my opinion on how I want my lights to look. And I also saw that they were charging like, I think it's like $2,500, and I get it, like they're custom made, but I personally really enjoy doing electrical stuff. And so wiring up my own headlights and customizing them sounds super fun to me. So I want to do it myself, and it's going to save me a ton of money doing it myself without buying them for $2,500. But I do appreciate them and what they do. Like they're building custom stuff for people, and I totally support that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to spend $2,500 on headlights. I'd rather spend that on like a front bumper or a lift kit, something like that. Have you decided to add the auxiliary fuel tank on the GX? No, actually, I have not. I have seen some people doing that, and yeah, I personally think for myself right now, it's not on the list of mods, mainly because if I am going out doing trail riding stuff, it's all relatively close to things. There's gas stations around, so I don't run the risk of running out of gas where I'm at. But if you're like out in Utah somewhere or Arizona, where you're in the middle of nowhere and you're way out and you're doing like a multi-day overlanding trip, then I think having that auxiliary tank would be awesome just for that reason alone, because you're going to be out far away from gas stations for a while, so having that would be really handy. But I personally don't think I'll do an install on it. Will you be looking into getting steel bumpers for the GX? Yeah, that's something that's pretty high on the. I have so much stuff I want to do this thing. It's going to cost so much money, but yeah, that's another like expensive one that I'm trying to space out. Like I really want to do the lift kit, and I think that's probably higher priority than the steel bumper. But I also really would love to do the steel bumper, and I've been looking around at a bunch of different steel bumper options. Like I have some in my phone right now that I keep in my Google Chrome tab because I was trying to narrow my decisions down. It was Explore Overland. I don't know if anybody's seen this deal. So it's Explore Overland is doing a hybrid bumper and rock slider combo, and I believe it's starting at $1,000, which until you start selecting some of the options here, like $1,000 only gets you a raw bumper and raw rock slider. So once you start adding the coatings, and there's floodlights and stuff and a winch you can add, it starts building up pretty quick. But the base price here is, oh gosh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's not going to go. There it is. No, it's not going to focus. This is it's called Explore Overland. It's a really good deal. I hear a lot of good things. They're a new company, and I think they're just trying to enter the market. So all their stuff's really affordable right now. And so I really want to jump on that before everybody realizes their stuff's awesome, because it sounds like it is. And they're doing an affordable entry price to get people hooked on their stuff. So I kind of want to do that myself. I think that'd be really cool to have. Steve, how are the vinyl pieces holding up? And how about the RRW seats? Really good question on the RRW seats. Before I go into that, I'll talk about the vinyl pieces. The vinyl is holding up really good everywhere except for on both sides of the head unit. Right where the vinyl wraps around the, I can't think right now, the vents. Goodness. So right where the vinyl wraps around the vents, that area was definitely hard to get the vinyl to mold to. And I had to use a heat gun, or I used a hairdryer to kind of mold the vinyl around there. And it fit in pretty well, but it also, it was a struggle to get it to fit there. And I kind of was worried that it was going to have issues. Turns out here a few months later, I'm having some peeling issues around the vents. And it's basically just because of the changes in temperature. Like I've got the AC blasting, but then when my car is parked, the sun's beating on it. So I recommend doing the vinyl wrap still, just not around those two pieces for the vents in the front of the center console. But the door pieces for the wood trim and the one that's down by the shift boot and the one for the glove box, it's totally fine to wrap those. Those are holding up great. You won't have any issues with those. But like I said, don't wrap the pieces around the center console. I sanded mine with 600 grit, removed the vinyl and sanded mine with 600 grit sandpaper. And then I hit them with like a nice satin black, and that matches the Phoenix Automotive head unit. And I show that in the next video that I'm about to post. I show kind of how it failed and then how I fixed it. So if you're interested, I'm going to be posting that one this weekend to kind of just show what happened and admit failure, because I thought it would work, and unfortunately it didn't work out too well. Saw a TI's branded head unit similar to Tesla style. It's improved GUI and physical AC control buttons. Oh yeah, I saw somebody post one of those in I think it was a Facebook group. And I must say, I don't know how to get that one. It looked good. It looked like it was a lot better of a layout. And yeah, the interface as well looked pretty clean and easy to operate. So yeah, if you end up finding that one and you can figure out how to order it, let me know, because I'm curious to see what people think of it. Ryan, Have you seen those programmed headlights slash turn signals where upon startup the turn signals ignite slow and do a little light show before turning all the way on? Usually a key fob command. Get those. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. There's a lot of aftermarket headlight assemblies that you can get to plug in. I saw there's some where it's like the main domed lens has like a hexagon pattern like etched into the lens itself. And so when you look into it, it looks like kind of like demon eyes, and then there's like hexagons inside of there. And I think a lot of those are Bluetooth controllable, so you can connect with your phone and change the color. And maybe you can do like what you're saying, have like a power on command where it does like I saw some where they do like a rotating of colors, like a loading bar almost. That would be kind of cool to do something like that. G unit. So you got the Grom V Line 2 in a group buy around. Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw some people going with that Grom head unit. Hopefully that works out for you. If you have any major issues with it, let me know. I'm kind of curious as well about that. I have a 2-inch Dobinson lift, and it's really good. I ordered the Metaltech 4x4 front and rear. You should check them out. Oh, thanks, Jesus. So Dobinson was one that I was already looking at. I wrote down somebody had mentioned Eibach here. The Dobinson one, I like the price point of it, and it seems like they're a good company. I hear good things about them. So, they're definitely one of the top contenders for lifts. I kind of was thinking maybe going 3-inch lift after going out in some of those mud pits the other weekend, because the extra clearance would be nice to have, and I might as well. So I may go 3-inch on that. And then you said Metaltech 4x4 front and rear. I'm going to check them out too. Metaltech. There's so many different bumper options out there. Oh gosh. Steve, are you still in here? Let me check to see. Steve, if you're still in here, I totally forgot to come back to your question about the RRW seats. RRW seats are still holding up great. I'm really confused about the company and where they went with that. I reached out to them when I first bought them, and I basically explained to them, hey, I'm making a YouTube video of installing your seat covers. If you want it, you can have the video. And they reached back to me in email, and they were like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. We really appreciate that. It's nice to have videos of the install. So that video, I tried to be extremely detailed in how I did it and explain, all the steps in the process. And I really like the seat covers. I have them still. I have no tears. There's no weird wearing issues. I've been keeping an eye on things like where the thread or where the seams are to make sure there's no like stretching of the material and having like any kind of weird defects like that, because they took the seat covers off their website, and I was confused because it seemed like to me they sold out immediately. They had them on pre-order. I got them like 50% off on pre-order, and then when they released them after their pre-order was over, they released like the full stock of them. It sold out immediately. So I thought, hey, this is great. Like, there's going to be a ton of people with these seat covers. They're amazing. I love the quality of them. But my car had really bad seats, so having those seat covers upgraded, it feels like a brand new car on the inside. I was shocked, and I really don't know what happened there. And I reached out to them in an email like months later, and I asked them. I think this was in March. I didn't get a response, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. It was weird. They just fell off. Part of me was thinking they might have had like supply chain issues in manufacturing them, or it wasn't profitable for them, and they decided we can't do this for the price. You would think if it was something like that, they would just increase the price and explain, hey, this is why they're more expensive. But yeah, I don't know what they did. They had a great product. I really liked it. And I will say that because I got those seat covers and I loved them so much, I looked at the RRW front bumper for the GX because I thought that was a pretty nice, clean, simple front bumper. And I kind of got turned away a little bit by them because I thought, well, if they discontinued that seat cover lineup, well, are they going to discontinue the front bumper? Like, what's going on here? Are they not a reliable they seem like they're a reliable company. They make wheels that everybody seems to rave about. But yeah, strange. Lance, share the link in your description. Yeah, I'll definitely share. Anytime I do any videos where I'm purchasing anything, I'll make sure to put the link in the description for you guys. I always try to do that. I think I recently forgot to for the vinyl wrap. Somebody just reached out to me about that, and I updated that description so that people could order that wood grain, or not wood grain, the brushed aluminum vinyl that I did. Hey, Benny, what's up? Thanks for joining in. Sorry I'm late to get to your comment. Hopefully you're still in here. Do I run premium or regular? I run regular because I got gas prices lately, but I keep seeing people debate about this premium regular gas on the GX. I run regular. I know that there's a lot of people saying there's more potentially more engine gunk buildup with using regular gas, but I think I've looked at this so many different times. I think I remembered some like very sciencey YouTube video that explains why it's really not that much different. But then again, I'm also really paranoid about it with the M4 and my motorcycle, and I only put premium in both of those. But I think I only do that because they're expensive and I'm like paranoid they're going to break. And so I baby the M4 and the motorcycle with the premium gas, and the GX gets regular. So yeah, I don't know. What do you use, premium or regular in yours? Yeah, Max. RRW seemed to be pretty excited about that video when I reached out to them, and I thought, hey, this is going to be the start of maybe a collaboration with them. And they seemed like they're relatively small company. They're super nice people to talk to through email. I was like talking to one of the dudes who was like one of the founders of the company. That's how small they are. Like when you email them through their contact email, it's like a small operation they have. So it felt like there were some opportunities there to do more stuff with them in the future. But yeah, I don't know what happened after that seat cover thing. So waiting for a free weekend to install my Eibach lift. Oh yeah, Steve, good point. Eibach lift and just anybody in general. Remember, we got some holidays coming up here, and there's a lot of good savings on parts, like the Black Friday holiday weekend sales, like around Thanksgiving. There's awesome sales around that time of year. I think there's probably going to be a Labor Day sale. I'm sure there'll be tons of stuff like that. So maybe I might be checking. I might post some stuff if I find anything on Instagram. I might post some of the deals that I find on Labor Day and also on Black Friday, so that if anybody's interested in some stuff, especially that slider and front bumper, maybe that stuff's on sale. Lance, highly possible everything across the board is feeling the hiccup. Oh yeah, I agree, Lance. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that with COVID and the supply chain issues, it could be something like that. So I shouldn't be so critical of them and where they went with their seat covers. It could be, something like that. They may have had issues. But, all their stuff looks cool. I still like the way their stuff looks. I just very shocked by that one. Jesus, I compared both, and it was only a difference of 10 miles per tank, but that's with Costco gas. Ooh, yeah, we're getting a Costco in my area. I'm excited about going there for gas because it's going to be pretty close by. Yeah, I've always stuck with regular, but maybe I should do some tests as well. Costco and Texas Premium yesterday was $2.85. Gosh, I can't remember what gas prices are right now for a premium. I kind of just pull in there and pay whatever it is because I know I have no choice but to buy gas if I want to drive my car. Oh, hey Lance. Yeah, what kind of bike am I riding? I have a white 2015 Yamaha FZ07, and it's one of those. If you're not familiar with that naming, it's a naked sport bike, so it's similar to some of like the Yamaha R6, but imagine like a sport bike with a lot of fairings gone, and it's kind of like a newer style that Yamaha's going with some of their bikes, and I picked that up way back in like 2015. I love it. It's a fun bike to ride. It's super torquey. It's like feels like I'm riding a dirt bike because it's got an upright seating position on it, so it's pretty easy to pop wheelies on it on accident if you're not paying attention. If you get a little heavy on the throttle, it's torquey. G unit, use regular. Premium with higher octane is only to prevent premature ignition, aka knocking, which can cause damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm using regular right now. Wow, Jesus. 406 for premium. Ouch. Those California gas prices are really high. They want everybody driving Teslas. Teslas and Lucid and all of those new EV companies, they're all going to be pushing heavy in California, and California is probably going to be one of the first to like put a statewide, like, I feel like you're going to have to pay more money to own a gas car eventually in California, and have, like, if you have a gas car registered in that state, I would not be surprised if they make you pay like some sort of a premium monthly or like annually. I could see something like that very easily. G unit might get higher horsepower with premium though. Yeah, the higher octane, it's gonna burn better, and I think you'll probably get more horsepower. I mean, I see all these guys doing like tuner videos when they go and get a dyno tune. They all use the high octane gas for that because they get more performance out of the higher octane gas. I see a lot of people using E85 with the M4, and I'm curious to how that works. I think I have a flex fuel adapter hooked up with my JB4 piggyback tune, so I'm pretty sure I should double check. Pretty sure I can do E85. Sometimes I hesitate to throw any more power at the M4 because that engine is known. It's the S55 engine, and that thing is known for having a problem with it, and it's called a crank hub slip problem. And essentially the crank hub for the timing of the engine is bolted on to the engine without a key. It goes onto a spindle, and that spindle is the only thing that holds that geared mechanism in place is a through hole bolt, and it's torqued down to some spec value. And so instead of having like a keyed notch in it or teeth that it fits into like a spline, that engine does not have that, which blows my mind. Like, BMW, what the heck? You just made like a race car with like all this crazy performance, and you do that? Like, that seems like such a rookie mistake, like a car company that doesn't know what they're doing. Like, it's an M car. Those things are meant to be like driven hard. And yeah, so I fear of that crank hub slip because it's a super expensive fix if it happens. It's like $2,000 or maybe even closer to $3,000. It used to be higher. I think it's come down in price, but gosh, yeah, I'm rambling about that, but I'm scared of the crank hubs slip happening to me. Hey, Benny, more mileage on premium than regular justifies the extra 20 cents per gallon. Yeah, if you're getting better gas mileage out of it and you can justify it, yeah, go with premium. I You got me kind of curious. I think I'm probably gonna do a little test myself and go through and see kind of what difference in mileage I get, and also what kind of. I think the throttle response might be a little bit different. Might be a little bit more responsive. Oh, how often do you get your haircuts? Thank you. Yeah, I actually just got my haircut yesterday. I go every 3 weeks. Um, my buddy Ryan is in here somewhere. Or he was in here. We both go to the same barber. He's a cool dude who very good at doing fades. He's a talented barber that we both have good haircuts when we go to him. Steve, I use E85 in my wife's Tahoe. Not only is it like $1 less a gallon, but it seems to last a little longer than regular gas. Slip happened. Yeah, that E85 in the Tahoe. Do you notice a big performance gain on that? Do you feel like the car's got more power? Because I hear that it's like a night and day difference going from premium gas, even from premium gas to E85. I hear there's a huge gain in horsepower. I hear you can get like an extra like 50 to 100 horsepower in some of these. Like I see tuning videos where they do like 96 or 93 octane, and they'll do a couple pulls, and then they'll kind of get the car dialed in a little bit that way, and then they'll have an extra canister of E85, and they basically burn out all the 93, or they'll do like a mixture of E85 and the 93, and it's crazy. It's like the gain difference on the dyno. You can see it's like some of them I'm seeing like 50 to 100 horsepower gain just in changing and using E85. So that's pretty crazy. Faded like 90s jeans. Yeah. Yeah, what's up? I'm seeing like the 90s jean thing coming back. I'm seeing a lot of people wearing the really bad, almost like Jinko looking jeans again. I'm shocked to see that style coming back. I can't say I want to go back to wearing the 90s style. It's it reminds me of years that are in the past, and I don't really want to go back to that 90s grunge look, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me and I'll start walking around wearing baggy Jinko jeans again. Oh, Steve, yeah. So you did notice a horsepower gain? Oh, crap. You know what I just realized? This entire time I could have had this sitting here on display for everyone to see. I went and got a cake to celebrate and put 1,000 on it with candles because I wanted to have this sitting like out. I guess I don't have a place to put it. I want to have this out on display so that everyone could see 1,000 subscriber celebration happening. Oh, here we go. Gotta make a stack. Ugh. Boom. There we go. 1,000. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have this sitting out. It's probably warm now. Yeah, it is. Darn. I'm gonna eat a bite. Have a half-eaten cake here. Pretty good. It's a Publix special cake. I don't know if you guys know what Publix is, but it's a grocery store down here in Florida, and pretty decent. No, it's not as good as Wegmans. I think Wegmans is one of my favorites. Dang, that's some good cake. Wow. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this celebration is more or less me. I wanted to come here to thank all of you. I appreciate all of you watching the videos and commenting. I think the biggest reward to doing all of this stuff is just logging in after I've worked all day and I come home and I see like comments from people and they're like, "Hey, what'd you do in this part of the video?" Or, seeing the feedback from you and knowing that you're getting any sort of value out of the videos, that makes it all worth it for me. I don't know if Kaiser's still here, but he's always reaching out in the comments and asking questions and engaging, and that really helps give me feedback to know that the videos are of value to anybody. And yeah, 2K. Here's to 2K. That'd be great. It took me like 3 years to get to 1K. I don't think we're getting to 2K anytime soon, but here's to hoping that we get there. It's taken quite a while to build up the 1K, and it's really not about, for me, it's not about the number. It's more or less the community. And there's only 9 of us in here right now hanging out, but it's cool. Like, I like that we're all engaged and we're all having conversations about the GX, and most of you are GX owners. I don't know. I used to have some M4 people follow my channel, but it seems like the M4 people don't like to modify their cars, or maybe it's just an oversaturated topic on YouTube. I don't know. I really like this GX community. Everybody's super nice. Everybody's in the Facebook group. Everybody's very helpful. No one's bashing each other. Everyone's very nice to each other, as far as like people ask very basic questions in there, and it's completely fine. Everybody's answering it for them. No one's making fun of them for not knowing how to do something simple. And that's what being a car enthusiast is all about. It's about just learning. Everybody's at different phases of learning. I certainly am no expert when it comes to any of this stuff. Like 90% of the time when you guys see me make a video, I'm just like winging it. I go out there with this stuff I ordered off the internet and I start putting it on, and I've got a bunch of blooper clips that I'm slowly compiling of when it goes bad and like I lose my cool because something doesn't work the way I expected or something breaks. So it's cool seeing the community grow. Within like the comments, we're all helping each other out and leaving helpful comments, asking really good engaging questions, and that in general is just great. It looks like a lot of people seem to be pretty comfortable with talking to me through comments. I have some of you guys reach out to me on Instagram, which is a really good way to get a hold of me as well. I get messages on there from people. Like the one guy recently, I don't know if he joined in at all today. Can't remember his username, but he reached out to me and he did the subwoofer install, and his subwoofer just wasn't producing any sound. And so I helped him troubleshoot like for the entire afternoon. Like it was back and forth, 20 minutes would go by and, he'd respond. But, I basically helped him throughout the whole afternoon troubleshoot that his amplifier was actually the amplifier that drives the rear sub was actually blown. And so unfortunately he, was replacing the speaker because not only was his speaker blown, but also his amplifier was blown. So if you need to reach out to me like immediately or something's like an emergency and you're in the middle of one of these installs and you're stuck, just hit me up on Instagram because I'll get that right on my phone and I can respond and help you out there as well. But yeah, thank you guys all for engaging and helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. It's pretty cool. It helps me keeps me motivated to do more videos, and it makes me feel like the work that I put into this is actually worth it, because just helping people out is something that I really like to do. And so it's fun for me to make these videos and just do car stuff. I love being like a car guy and working in the garage and doing projects like that. So it's fun. Everything about driving to Colorado and doing trails like Black Bear Pass. Black Bear Pass looks awesome. I've seen photos of that trail, and I think there's a lot of like really crazy rock features there if I remember it correctly. But Yeah, no, I really would love to do a trip. Oh, Instagram name. Instagram name is just, you type in just at Asamoto into, well, I don't know. Is that a link right there? No. Yeah, if you just go to Instagram, you type in Asamoto, it should be the first one that showed up. I saw somebody a couple of years ago, somebody tried making an Asamoto like Facebook or Instagram account, but they didn't get the actual Asamoto name because I had already had it. But they created like Asamoto underscore something, and they were doing like dirt bike stuff. But um, yeah, definitely make sure it's like the same picture you see on my YouTube, so that you know it's me. But it should just be Asamoto. But yeah, Benny, the Black Bear Pass is just in general coming out to go into Colorado. Utah would be awesome. I went to Moab, Utah, like I don't know 5 or 6 years ago, and that Arches National Park was such a cool place to go, and I'd love to go back with the GX, and it would be pretty cool to do like a whole trip and maybe do like some stuff along the way because like you're saying, Black Bear Pass in Colorado, that's a pretty cool, uh, very famous place to go off-roading at. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool if we did like a. I'm assuming most of you are in the GXR Facebook group or just in general the GX 460, 470 group on Facebook. So it'd be really cool if we did like a once a year, like massive meet. Um, I think we have. I can't remember what the Facebook group is on that, but I feel like the group is just massive. It's got to be like 30,000 people. GXR, yeah, GXR is 23,000 people, and GXL Florida. Wow, the Florida group that I'm a part of is only 460 members, but the main GXR group, which is run by that Dan Coons guy, which I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize that name. He's like one of the main. He's the admin for that group. It would be really cool if they did like an annual GX meet somewhere kind of centrally located where we could maybe get like in Vegas. I know they do like SEMA in Vegas at a lot of those big conference centers. It'd be really cool if you could find something centrally located. Maybe I mean Colorado is pretty central. It'd be great to find somewhere that's near a big city so people could fly in and out of airports if they're not bringing their vehicles. But have basically like a huge uh, overlanding GXOR expo or group meet, and then have some of these vendors come and do like group buys. Like if you buy it or pre-order it there in person at one of their booths, like say we got like RRW to come, BX Bill could come with like their headlight assemblies and sell them like on the spot, or take orders and give like a discount for people who are GXR members, and just like this build this awesome annual meet that's a get together, and then also have like off-roading events surrounded it, like a whole weekend of stuff. Something like that would be really cool. I don't know. I I'm not like an admin in that group, and I don't know. There's a, I mean, there is 1,000 of us if we got enough interest and started posting. Like if I made a video proposing the idea and posted it on the GXR site, and we just got a bunch of people to just spam it and say, "Yeah, let's do this," I could see maybe getting enough traction where they want to actually do it. But I feel like that'd be really cool. Benny, yeah, meet up in Colorado. I think that would be cool. Like Denver's got a lot of big like convention centers, and I think some of those convention centers would be perfect for something like this because you could basically have a lot of indoor park, like a car show, have all like GX 460s, 470s registered in a car show, and everybody just kind of parks in their um, inside of the convention center. It's just a big car show where you walk around, food vendors, basically like what SEMA is. SEMA's got all kinds of cool aftermarket car companies that show off their cars. And so, yeah, having like vendors there to buy stuff, I'd probably buy a bunch of random stuff there just because it'd be really hard to resist if I see like a really nice lift kit and I'm there talking to like the Dobinson guys and they're like, yeah, here it is. Like, you can have it today. I would probably be like, yep, take my money. You can have my credit card. Just keep charging it. Just send me it all to my house. So, yeah, that would be cool. Daydreaming of something like that happening. Oh, meet up during the Austin race. Yeah, I mean, there's only 7 people in here right now, but if anybody's going to be, everyone's in the Austin area in October, the first weekend of October, which is, I think it's just the first weekend, October 1st. Yeah, it's Friday is the 1st. So October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'm going to be in Austin doing a MotoGP race. So if anybody's into motorcycles and MotoGP, got to be in Austin that weekend if anybody wants to go to that and if everyone's getting the area. SEMA is sick. I wish I could go. I think to go to SEMA, you have to be like a somebody in industry. You have to be like with Meguiar's or you work for one of those companies that's, it's like a really not a public event where anyone can just go to. Does anybody know how to get into that? Like any like backdoor tricks to get in? The Sigma variant is scheduled for October. Is it really? I've been hearing there's some other ones going around. Dang, yeah. That's the thing is, I'm hoping that race still happens that weekend. We've already kind of committed to it, but I guess there's always a chance. Well, I guess it is Texas. They seem to be keeping things mostly going, so hopefully that race is still there and doesn't get canceled, but I guess it could always happen. Yeah, SEMA, I just want to go so bad. Yeah, Fran. Last time to see Rossi in a MotoGP race in the US. So that race is going to be a pretty big milestone for his, that's the end of his career. So he's going to be, that race is going to be packed full of people. I'm sure it's probably sold out by now. Oh, Steve, I think the GXOR Colorado page had a big meet planned at the Toy Tech where, what? Not sure if it happened or not because of COVID, but there was a lot of buzz around it. Dang. See, something like that would be cool. If you have like oh gosh, I have hiccups. If you have a company who's willing to kind of support the event like that, yeah, it could be really cool to do something like that and have an event. I need to reach out. I need to reach out to the Florida page and try to get like a Florida GXOR group together and just do some trail riding. It's a much smaller group, but it'd be nice to start on a small scale with that and do like a vlog of it. So basically everybody can be a part of that video in the channel. That would be pretty cool. But also start to maybe get traction, start bringing up like an annual event. Oh, Rossi's going to be racing cars after MotoGP? That's crazy. I mean, I guess you spend an entire career doing racing motorcycles or just any kind of racing in general. You normally don't just hang it up and never get behind the wheel again or behind the bars again. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know he was going into car racing. Oh my gosh, Steve. The outdoor events are free, apparently, for SEMA. Dang. That is enticing. I'm like interested in going just to do the outdoor stuff and then network with people and maybe network and meet somebody that knows how to get me in on like the second or third day of it and just go there early and try to like find a way to get in. I'm gonna have to check that out. When is SEMA this year? SEMA 2021. It's normally in Vegas, but I don't know if they're having. Yeah, they're having it at the Las Vegas Convention Center, November 2nd through November 5th. Wow. Yeah, I don't have anything planned that weekend. I should just go out there and see. Just check it out. That'd be pretty cool. Favorite Seinfeld episode? Oh gosh. I've only watched maybe a dozen Seinfeld episodes. Trying to remember some of my favorites. I'm having a hard time recalling entire episodes, but more or less scenes. I think my favorite is just ridiculous scenarios of Kramer just bursting through the door. I mean, that's kind of a generic thing that he always does in a lot of the episodes, but something about that just cracks me up. I actually recently saw some clip of, I really like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Charlie Day, who's the guy who produces that, he did like an SNL within the last year where he was the host, and he did, I think in that one, he did like a detective skit where he and some other actor who's like famous, it might have been an SNL actor, they were essentially doing like a detective skit, and Charlie's character was a detective, and he acted like he had never seen things in society, like never watched, he didn't know what baseball was. And the guy's like, wait, how can you not know what baseball is? And he's like, I don't know, don't have a TV. And he's like, hey, this looks kind of like we're in the Seinfeld apartment. And they were in like a mock-up of the Seinfeld apartment. And he's like, wow, what's Seinfeld? And he's like, I can't believe you don't know what Seinfeld is. You don't have a TV? And like, how can you not have a TV? And then eventually Charlie goes out the door. He's like, I think I got it. I think I know how the murder happened. I think the murderer came through the front door like this. And he barges through the front door and he acts just like Seinfeld and makes all the same impressions. I don't know. It was funny. Hey, thanks, Nolan. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. There's a lot of outdoors at SEMA. You can get drift cars for ride-alongs. What? That's awesome. Tons of cars to look at and tons of builds that are literally zip-tied and half-finished. Nice. Yeah, SEMA seems like a cool. I should go out there and check it out. I don't know if any of you guys follow Adam LZ on YouTube, but he's pretty close by to me, and so I don't think he's having one this year because he's in like a new compound area, but he has open houses typically every year, and I always go to those and hang out, and there's other YouTubers there as well, but he's not too far up off of one of the highways that's close by here, so it's really nice to go to those. It's not as big as SEMA, but it's cool to see that. Hey, thanks, Don. I appreciate you joining in. Thanks for sticking around so long. Appreciate it. And look forward to making more videos here the rest of this year and hopefully for a while after that. Hey, Benny. Do you plan on getting a rooftop tent for the GX, going camping and overlanding? Yeah, so the rooftop tent for me, I think would be really cool to have. In my head, I thought I almost pulled the trigger and just bought one back like last year sometime. And I went with like this cage kind of roof rack thing to kind of hold me over temporarily. I tend to throw kayaks up there a lot, and I really want to throw my mountain bike up there. So having the tent might hinder that capability. I know I can take the rooftop tent off, but in general, the tent itself might kind of interfere with some of that. So I feel like I might not. I always see this argument in the Facebook groups about rooftop tents, and most people are like, they say save yourself a couple $1,000s and buy like a regular tent, just because it's really just a regular tent, but it's on the roof of your car. You got to climb into it. So, and a lot of people say like the amount of times they use them a year, it's more like reasonable cost wise to just buy a regular tent and just set it up and keep it in the vehicle. Or you could sleep in the vehicle like some people do with the sleepers that they build. But I also see people bring up the argument of, well, if I'm up off the ground on top of my car in a tent, I'm a lot safer up there from, like, if you're camping out and overlanding out in the middle of, the desert or out in the woods somewhere where there's could be bears or I don't know, wolves or coyotes or something. I'm sure they tend not to come around humans, but occasionally it happens. So having the rooftop tent, people argue like, yeah, you're up off the ground and you're not going to be exposed to stuff like that. So I get that argument, but I don't think I personally will get a rooftop tent right now. I think if I do any like overnight camping stuff, like overlanding stuff, I'm going to just sleep in the GX. It sucks in Florida just because it's so hot. I think I might struggle. I probably, if I do it in Florida, I'm going to wait till the winter because it gets really nice here in the winter time. And I think that would be when I would most likely be able to handle sleeping inside of it all night. Overland flex. My workout routine, like with going to the gym, you mean? Pretty much just go every Monday to Thursday and sometimes on a Saturday or Sunday. And I just basically do every muscle group. It's a very simple series of workouts, but yeah, I think the biggest thing is just to make sure you go consistently. It's probably the most beneficial. I noticed I've tried like researching, getting super involved in like different workout routines and stuff like that. And it's like at the end of the day, I think the biggest way to be effective is just consistently go and eat relatively healthy. Like I'm totally going to crush this cake tonight and it's okay. Cause if you go to the gym, then, you can afford to eat the calories and it's fine. But oh, the air kit from AliExpress. Yeah. Yeah, you can save yourself a lot of money if you don't go the rooftop tent route. And I probably won't go the rooftop tent route. When you're saying about the air kit, are you talking about the aftermarket air compressor that people are mounting in their vehicles? Because I saw some people doing that too. Like they'll delete the factory air suspension compressor up under the hood, and they'll put this aftermarket one that's got a higher PSI capability, higher capacity, and they're using it to air up their tires out on the trails and stuff. And I think that's a pretty cool little mod that I saw people doing. Oh, Steve. Yeah, no, that's actually a funny story. That sign that was in my garage, it was like blown over on the street, and it was like I opened up my garage door and it was like blown over on the street, and I was like, what the heck is this? Like I thought somebody like left it there. I think it just blew over there in the wind. And so I was like, hey, these are kind of expensive signs. Let me call this realtor and return it because I have no idea. I couldn't even figure out what house it went to, if it was in my neighborhood or not. And yeah, so I was just like, okay, well, I'll call this realtor and see if they want their sign back. And yeah, called and was like, yeah, those are expensive. Thank you. I appreciate you reaching out about that. But yeah, no, my girl is not a realtor. I wish she was, because realtors be making dough, especially right now. So that would be pretty nice. But no. Yeah, the market in Florida is crazy, especially in the area I'm living in. Just, I mean, everywhere in the country is pretty crazy. And then here we've got a lot of tech companies. So there's tons of people moving from all over the country to this particular part of Florida. And yeah, the real estate market here is just crazy. And I'm kicking myself for not buying a home years ago when I first moved here, because I could have gotten stuff so much cheaper than it is now. And at this point, I'm pretty much in a scenario where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm hoping for, I'm hoping for a crash. Oh, okay. So he's got the air kit, and you said that's at AliExpress air kit. I want to check that one out. Yes. Oh, it's probably like air compressor kit. Oh, okay. I found it. This is the one I've seen people use. It's got like a nice blue, like anodized blue on it. It's like a CKMTA12 is the part number for it. Yeah, the one I'm seeing is 287, but there's a couple here that all look the same and they're varying prices. So yeah, I think I'm looking at the one that you're talking about. Yeah, those things are cool, and I see a lot of people mounting them up under the hood. Yeah, that would be really nice to have, especially if you get a flat. And well, I guess if you get a flat, you use your spare, which is something I need to do. I need to buy another one of those Motegi wheels and get a tire for it as well. Because right now I have the stock spare in there. So if I get a flat for some reason, I'm gonna have to put the stock one on there and have like a weird like ride to get it home. So it's probably gonna be a nightmare if I don't, replace that and get an actual like full size spare with the right wheel. And having it match would be cool, having it mounted to the rear hitch or the rear door. Hog hunting. Hog hunting in Texas. That'd be cool. Yeah, I feel like one of the things that was interesting when I moved here to Florida was there's people here that do like boar hunting, which is probably similar to what you're talking about. And it seems like it's a nighttime thing. Like you go out at night, because I guess they're more prevalent at night. I'm not quite sure why. And then I also see people do like fan boat gator hunting, which is also pretty freaking crazy. It's also something that, yeah, I just don't really. Oh, hey, buddy. What's up, dude? Dog's just scratching, trying to make a bed. Yeah, so I'm thinking about logging off here. It's been about, wow, I've been live for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think I'm probably gonna head out and eat some of this cake. But if any of you have any like last questions, I'll probably hang around for like another minute or two if anyone has anything they want to talk about. Otherwise, thank you everybody for joining in. Thanks for being a subscriber. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes and everybody who's also reaching out in the comment section and engaging with the videos. It's very helpful for me, and also you're helping other people out too by reading them. Hog hunt trip out of a helicopter. That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, Benny. winch and snorkel are both things that I want to do. I think they're both like even as far as priority, because I just went out and did that whole off-roading thing the other weekend, and I realized, I was getting in some deep mud puddles out in the middle of those areas I was in, and I thought to myself, I think I need a snorkel if I'm going to go through. There was a bunch of areas I didn't even go into because the water would have been like way up past the wheels, and I was really worried about having issues with that. So a snorkel is definitely needed for out there. A lift kit would be really helpful to get a little bit extra clearance for going over things, and also for going through puddles, getting a little bit higher off the ground. And then also the winch would be, I think the winch is more valuable than I realize when I get stuck, because getting stuck out there by myself without a winch would be miserable. I'd have to call a friend to come get me. So yeah, I think winch and snorkel definitely in the plans. This fall, I'm going to just continue doing GX mods the entire fall, and I'm definitely going to go as far as I can, like into next year with mods to the GX, and just keep it fresh with new things, and hopefully get more guidance from you as subscribers as to what you want to see. And as there's new things that come out, like the Garage Alpha grill, I'll go with that as well, and try out some of these new products that people are making and let you know how they are. Hey, thanks, Don. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Yep. Hey, Max. Yeah, thanks for joining in. And yeah, I'll see you in Austin. The MotoGP race is going to be a really fun time. I'm going to take the cameras there, and we'll do a vlog for that weekend and show that off. Steve. Hey, thanks for joining in, Steve. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this cake. I'm actually going to light the candles as we close out this stream and let them burn a little bit, because you got to celebrate, right? Cool. There we go. Got some candles going. Yeah, so thank you, Steve. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate that, and thanks for bringing up tons of questions. It helped. 2 hours flew by like nothing. So Benny, yeah, thank you as well. I appreciate all your questions too. I'm thinking I'm gonna really, this went really well. I enjoy this. There's quite a bit of people who joined in, and so if you guys all like stuff like this, I'm thinking like once a month do like a Osimoto like automotive talk once a month, and do it like on a Thursday. Figure out like a good day of the week, but I think Thursdays work well. It's like almost to the end of the work week, and I'm sure everybody's kind of getting excited for the end of the work week. So yeah, I'm thinking once a month streams going forward, to have conversations like this for people to ask questions, and then just build up. My goal here is to build up a really big community of GX enthusiasts. So gosh, I need to take a drink. I've been talking for so long that my throat's dry. Yeah, so I will definitely do more of these streams in the future. It's August right now, halfway through, so I'm going to probably aim for halfway through September, and I'll put stuff out in the Instagram as far as when I do solidify like a time. And I'll probably post a video on YouTube as well, just to let everybody know. Or in one of my next vlogs, at the end of the video, I'll just basically tell everybody once the end of the vlog is over, I'll just update everyone on the date and time. Yeah, maybe once a quarter for my voice. Yeah, I'm shocked that 2 hours of talking really dries your vocal cords out. But it was worth it. I had a blast. Thank you all for joining in. I think I'm going to go and eat this cake right now. And thank you all for joining. Next video is coming out this weekend. Keep an eye out for that. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, check me out over there. I've been starting to post more there, and hopefully, we can get a little bit more of an inside look on the Instagram side. I want to start posting Instagram stories, and also just posts in general of like behind the scenes stuff, so that if you follow me on Instagram, you can see some of that stuff before the video gets released, so you'll know, oh, hey, he's working on this mod. So there should be a video coming out soon detailing that. So yeah, I'm going to end things here. Thank you all so much for watching. And like always, we'll see you on the next one.